Look at that, nothing but tomatoes. What a wonderful way to spend a cold winter day picking out your tomatoes for next year. It's the middle of winter and there's nothing better to do but sit by the fire and go through my seed catalogs. So today I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different catalogs to look through for my seed selection. So let me show you what I do. So let me talk a little bit about how various catalogs arrange their tomatoes. So this one is arranged by types of varieties of tomatoes. They list beefsteak. The next one over, they have heirlooms. Then they have paste tomatoes. Then they have cherries. The next catalog will have something different. They have small fruited, they have beefsteak. They may have additional beefsteak. They have ox heart. They have mid-season, and they have early season. So their varieties is different. They list them in a different way. Here's one that lists by cherries, field tomatoes, determinates, and then indeterminates. So each catalog has a different way to present them. You have to know a little bit about what you want to be able to make that distinction. Remember, the seed catalog companies are going to put the tomato listings in their catalog in a way that is going to sell the most tomatoes. So they may not be in an order that makes any sense to you. I always want to select my tomatoes by varieties. So if you want a tip on selecting tomato varieties, go watch my prior video titled Selecting Tomato Varieties. So when I finally get down to my decision time, I'll start circling and marking the ones that I'm going to order. Different varieties, different colors, different shapes. That way I have an easy reference when I'm going to come back the following year. So these were last year's selections, and I'll do the same for this year's selections. In addition to looking at catalogs, I'll look online for various other tomato varieties or companies that may not produce a catalog. One of my favorites is Wild Boar Farms. That's where I found the pink Berkeley tie-dye tomato. You might want to check out my video I did on harvesting and tasting that last year. So this year I'm going to try a couple different varieties from Wild Boar Farms, and I found those online. Here's just a sampling of tomatoes at Wild Boar Farms. Bleeding Heart, Summer of Love, Black Beauty, Boar's Tooth, Blue Beauty, Crushed Heart, and Pork Chop. Boy, that looks interesting. Let's try that one this year. After you order the seeds, the next part is the fun part, is getting the seeds. So let me tell you what I'm going to plant for my garden this year. So typically I will have a standard that I plant, and usually that's going to be my celebrity. This year we're doing determinants rather than indeterminate for celebrity. It's a good tomato for the Dallas area. It's a hybrid, and I plant several hybrids because they're always good disease resistance. The next one is Early Girl. We plant a bush Early Girl that's also determinate. And my favorite is my Sweet Million cherry tomato. That one is also a hybrid. It is a very prolific producer. And then a beefsteak, and our beefsteak we're planting this year is the pink Berkeley tie-dye. While that's also a specialty, it's one that I have become to grow and love. Let me tell you why I order seeds and grow my own tomato plants. At the big box store, you just got a generic variety of stuff listed. You got a beefsteak and a Roma and an Early Girl. Some of them are okay for your area. Some may not be. Remember, the grower's going to grow what's most prolific in germination. That isn't always going to be the tomato that you want to grow. So I want to grow some things that are unique and different. I always grow some things that are standard that will always grow in the Dallas area, and you should consider that for your growing area as well. Then we have a couple additional cherry tomatoes, one from Johnny Seed called Cherry Bomb. This will be a new one for me to grow. And the next cherry tomato is Rapunzel. This has a stream of tomatoes, as many as 40 on a stem. That sounds like a lot of fun. Then the other specialties we're growing are from Wild Boar Farms. We have the Berkeley Tie-Dye, which is a beefsteak indeterminate. We have Pork Chop, which is a yellow beefsteak, also an indeterminate. And the last one is Solar Flare, and that's a beefsteak 6 to 10 ounces. So we look to have a lot of fun growing these this year. So this is my first in my Growing Tomatoes series. This is seed selection. Be sure and watch our next video on seed sowing so you can see some tips on how to get your tomato seeds started successfully. If you learned something today, give us the thumbs up and come back and see us real soon.